And we're live. Welcome everyone. This is our first community gathering, and it's a great pleasure for me to be here hosting this event. To be completely honest, this is our first event. This is our first live event. So just be mindful of that. If I make any stupid mistakes, please forgive me. Just as a round of introduction, I want to start talking a little bit about Efforce for all the people that are not that are not used to the project. They don't have enough information yet, and also introduce the team. So Efforce is basically a company that it's spinning off from a decade-old experience from Ether CO2, which is an Italian company that has been in the energy space for over 11 years, and Ether is trying to bring their business model, their existing business model, towards the blockchain world, using the token and blockchain system. So what we have is a team that it's not made just of Steve Wozniak. Steve is our co-founder, but he's always there. Besides him, we have Jacopo Visetti, who's our project lead and the person that founded Ether CO2. And then we have Jacopo Vanetti, our CTO, serial entrepreneur, and a guru of payment system and fintech. Then there is myself, which I as you can see, I'm the guy that goes out and talks to the public. So anything that has to do with public relations, you will have to deal with me. So I hope you enjoy that. Then we have Stefano Scozzese, who's our creative director and marketing director, and Sergio Carloni, who is our CEO. And I thank the whole team, and publicly I just want to thank you all for joining the first community gathering. I'll stop blabbing about the team because I think many people already have done the due diligence, so they know what the project is about. So I want to make sure that we have also some we have a discussion about the actual token model and what the platform does, how the user experience looks, because this is something that not many people have understood, and this is something that I wanted to clarify. So because we got this question multiple times on all the social media, Twitter and Telegram, so it is very important for us to go through that. So Efforce effectively is a tool that it's going to be very similar to any other crowdfunding platform. So you're going to have a public interface that allows people to finance and participate, contribute into the financing of energy efficiency projects. So energy efficiency is it's diametrical, it's opposite to what renewable investments or general green investments are, because renewables are a solution to climate change, because it's better than fossil fuel for sure, but it's a different direction, because on the renewable side, what we have is people trying to chase overconsumption, right? So we have 7.5 billion people on this planet, and the consumption of energy and the demand is growing exponentially because we are consuming more and more energy. So one of the things that is important to understand is that when you try to plant solar panels or windmills or hydroelectric plants, we are chasing the overconsumption. As the demand of energy grows, we have to produce more energy with this type of resources. On the energy efficiency side of things, on the opposite side of the spectrum, what you have is basically the taking a system and making sure that system can perform the actions that it does every day normally, but consuming less energy structurally. So if I have a shop, let's say for example, and I know that a light bulb is consuming 100 watts, if I substitute that light bulb with a LED light that is consuming 10 watts, I know that structurally I will be changing my consumption of energy tenfold, right? So that's a simple example of energy efficiency project that we could do, and it's what we would call a relamping project. So as a general experience, you would get on the platform as a general user. You would get on the platform, and you will be basically having the dashboard in general, that it's tracking all the movements, what the project is doing, what the company is doing, how much energy we're saving, and all of those type of information that it helps. And then people will be able to contribute to energy efficiency projects. But stay tuned, because the platform is coming soon. We have announced to the public that this is something that is going to come out in Q1 of 2021. This is the year. We are in Q1, so just make sure that that you stay tuned. I think we have already questions, so let me just start seeing if there is something. So if you have questions, by the way, just throw them in, and I'll try to get through them. There are already quite some, and it's people that are wishing us good, just an advice. Okay, truly believe in the company. Thank you for believing in the company, actually. So we are trying to make a difference in a tangible way, right? So we are trying to do we are trying to use blockchain to increase the accessibility to this market, because the energy efficiency market is not something that we are inventing, right? It's not something that it's Efforce making up. It's already existing. Every year there's more than 250 billion invested in this market, and what we're doing is we're securing the fact that people from all over the world, and they can access this type of opportunities, because right now this is something that it's only accessible to private investors in institutional investors, mostly with $200,000, $1 million average ticket size, and that is that's not accessible to everyone. So we want to make sure that everyone can participate from anywhere in the world, and can make sure that this global access and this global platform that we're creating is going to bring localized benefits. Because if I have a shop in Bangladesh, for example, or in Vietnam, or in America, or in Russia, or everywhere else in the world, I will have a global platform that is going to showcase my project and showcase what the ESCO is going to do, the energy service. And ESCO, by the way, it's an energy service company, so just clearing up the terminology here. So basically, you're going to have a global audience to bring local benefits, which is a huge differentiation from how the system works today without Efforce in place. So going through some of the comments and things that we have already on the platform. I'm sorry, by the way, you can see I'm Italian, so I use a lot my hands. That's a problem, but I think we will deal with that. I'll try to minimize the hand gesture. I will do this more, but it's so. Also, one thing is that it's very important to say, we had in terms of timing for this first live, we had to find the right spot that maximized the amount of people that we could talk to, because we have, of course, we have a global audience. So we have people in Asia, we have people in the US, and it's impossible to have a time slot that works for everyone. So I just hope that this will be, we'll be rolling as we move forward, and every 20th day of the month we will have a stream like this. We will make sure that we move around the time slot so that everyone can participate in different and be more active in the next ones. So right now, yes. Full disclaimer, anything that I'm saying today, it's not towards the fact that you have to buy WOZX. That's not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm here just because I need to talk to you about what Efforce is, what Efforce is doing, and because we really wanted to connect with the community. So we wanted to make sure that the community felt that we are close. We're not, somewhere, disappeared. It's everyone has its own job in the company. It's, a 50 people company. It's everyone is running around doing different things. We have to actually develop the business. And so yeah, that's I'm here, and that's the thing. So this first live, we wanted to give some updates. So I hope that you will stay and you'll stay in until the end, because we have some exciting announcement. So I'll just keep it there, keep it floating. The first thing. Meantime, I'm trying to read some questions. They're really a lot. My question is, okay. This is a question that we get a lot. When is Steve Wozniak going to talk, or if Steve Wozniak is going to tweet, or something like this? Something that it's very important for you to understand. It's, Woz is is a personality, and he's got a lot of different followers from all different walks of life. He doesn't want to feel to them like a marketing scheme, right? So he doesn't want to be just there shilling his coin, right? So he doesn't want to go and say, oh, buy my coin every day, right? So that type of attitude is something that we're not promoting. So Woz will be here, and we'll talk, whenever he will do it, he will feel like it, he will join, and he will be here. But it's kind of difficult to, when people say, okay guys, you fake it, maybe Woz is not really involved, we don't know. All of that is, I think it's just nonsense, because it's impossible to have someone of the caliber of Woz and just get away with a huge scam. It's very, very difficult. We will all be in a lot of legal trouble if that was the case. So we can promise you that Woz is involved. Just go on woz.org, which is his personal page, and you will see that Efforce is right there. And we have on our social media, which, by the way, if this is the first time that you're seeing this, just tune in, follow everything. Just go on our Twitter, our Telegram, our YouTube. Just follow us and make sure that you can keep up to date with what the company is doing and what we are doing in terms of development and what we're up to. I'm not sure, since this might be the first time for many people. We want to kind of give you a sense of what the roadmap of this company is going to be. So we published a public roadmap about a couple of weeks ago, if not 10 days ago, and basically one second, we're getting questions. When will WOZX be listed on Binance, Huobi, or OKX? This is another question that we get a lot. Listing, please, let's not make price speculation. This format here is not meant for people to speculate on the token. What we want to do is make sure that we can educate and we can share with our community what the purpose of this is, because we have for once we have an actual project and a product that it's a company, that it's revenue generating company, it's got a business plan, it's got a business model, and it's going to make a tangible impact on the climate and how the climate is going to, climate change is impacting our lives, and while actually creating some benefits to the ecosystem as well. So it's not just it's not a non-for-profit entity. And so we're doing much more than just listing the token. Listing the token is important, don't get me wrong, because you get access to lots of traders, lots of people that want to buy the token and can execute stuff with the token. But as it is right now, it's the platform is not live and open for everyone to use. So just pushing and pushing the price and trying to get it on more exchanges, it's just a needless pump and dump scheme, which we want to avoid. You know, we want to be true to our values, and our values is that we're building something for the world, and we are doing it in a way that it's sustainable. It's not just, okay, we're just going to launch a token and hope that goes well. And our own tokens as a team are vested for 20 years. So I just want to say that this is something that needs to be very clear. We're vesting our future for 20 years onto this thing. So it's not something that we will, you know, just try to make a quick buck and go. So that's to clear up some of those when Binance, when listing, when Moon, when Lambo. That's not, please stop with that type of question. I appreciate it, but stop, please. Efforce, what we are doing, some of the cool things that we announced in the roadmap, we're talking also about the Efforce Academy. Efforce Academy is a concept that it is tailored towards bringing people closer to this world. Decarbonization, reduction of emissions, energy efficiency, energy. And so we will make sure that we can educate as much as possible the crowds and not just the people that want to buy the token, right? So we want to make sure that people can learn and they can interact with this ecosystem, because the more we get into this mindset, the more we can have an impact that it's tangible on the world. What do you think of such low activity? Make puff make. Thank you for your question. What do you think of such low activity on the social? We cannot say it's not true. It is true, because what we are doing is we're trying to put everything in stages, right? So in order to create a network, right, you need to do things in stages. You cannot do everything at once. Just start getting pushy videos and what we've been suggested. Many people suggested for us to do videos with models, and that doesn't work. It doesn't reflect the values of the company. It doesn't reflect what we're actually doing here. And so we are building a social strategy for sure. It's very important because we need to get out there. We're building a social strategy that reflects the values of the company, and we're doing that gradually, because we don't want people to just buy the token and dump it. We want people to be vested over time, to participate in this ecosystem over time and become more and more active. So support, not just to buy and sell, but support in a deeper level. So that's very important. Binance Academy is going to do exactly that. So it's going to be that vehicle that allows us to discuss with our community and to educate and to talk about different issues on the climate side. By the way, if you want to as well get some independent information and independent data validation, I would strongly suggest to anyone to actually visit the IEA.org, which is a UN agency. It's a United Nations agency. It's the International Energy Agency, and that has so much data about the actual market and about actually the global economy and about what is that Efforce is doing, and what type of market we're trying to tackle, because there are a lot of inefficiency. Although we're talking about efficiency, there are today a lot of inefficiency which we are trying to tackle by creating a borderless economy that it's token driven and it's completely it's accessible to anyone. Let's see, just realized the laptop is signed by Woz himself. Okay, that's Fina Razak. Sorry if I misspelled your handle. Yes, the laptop is signed by Woz. And this is one of the cool treats as a fanboy, like even when you meet him for the first time. This is something that naturally happens as well, because I personally met Woz 6 years ago, so a lot before actually forming Efforce all together with Jacopo, Stefano. So that's something that we did before. And so that's yes, I met him and I asked him to sign my laptop as any fanboy would do, which was great. And I could not imagine that after 6 years, I would be sitting in a company, like in a room, incorporating a company with him and some of my closest friends. So that is something that I will never forget. And the actual journey to get there, it's incredible, but it's a story for another time, so we'll keep it for another time. I don't want to digress, and I want to skip too many comments. So the other thing, yes, let me see. How will be the first 150 members to join the beta testing? Yes, okay. So the beta testing is actually a good question, because we are not going to launch the platform immediately open to everyone. This is mentioned on the roadmap, on the public roadmap. But the beta testing phase and the actual public launch phase are very close to each other. So the 150 people that will sign up first when the form comes out, they will sign up, and first come, first serve. After 10 days, of testing, they will be able, we will release the platform to everyone. So it's going to be open for public use after just a short 10 days. So no fear if you don't make it in the first batch. We're here for the long term anyway, so please just don't be scared, right? So that's important. Questions. Stop spamming the word Binance. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Razvi, for that, because a lot of people are spamming Binance everywhere. Not that we're against Binance, by the way. That's just making sure. But it's not the topic. It's not why we're here. Yes. So one of the cool updates that I also wanted to give the community is something that we've been talking about on our social, on our Telegram. We talked more about this, but it's something that we haven't really opened up to the public yet. So how do you even know that this thing works, right? How do you even know that energy efficiency is something that will perform and will have a tangible impact? Besides the fact that we've been doing it for 11 years, right? There is another factor, which is we are currently testing the platform. We are currently, on a testing phase with the first project that we started in May. So started in May 2020. Today, we have the updated data until end of December, and from May to the end of December, in just short 8 months, we have performed 18% in terms of performance, right? So that is it's a phenomenal result. If you like talking about industrial, we're talking about industrial returns. We're not talking about crypto 1000x type of returns. We're talking about things where you can contribute and you actually get some value back in a form that it's going to be actually meaningful for the amount of money that people will contribute into projects. The way that the platform works, and this is talking about returns, this is something that I really want to clarify. Efforce is a utility token. Pure WOZX is a pure utility token, and the way that this works is as follows. So people would get on the platform, they would see the projects, or they would see the pool of projects depending on which phase we are in. In version 1, we're launching with a pool of projects, which it's called the Efforce Genesis pool. So in the Efforce Genesis pool, there's going to be different companies and different projects that we will contribute to. So as a contributor, you get to the platform, you stake your WOZX, which is your access key to the opportunity in a sense, and then you contribute with USDT, with a stable coin. The stable coin is super important because the engineering company, the ESCO, cannot afford to have $1 million worth of contributions and then the next day it's $500,000 because there are fluctuations in the market. So for the duration of the project, your WOZX will be staked, will be blocked, and then after the duration of the project, you get your tokens back. So you take them out of circulation for a duration of the project, and then you get them back at the end. So the contribution is in USDT, and people will be rewarded in an internal credit system that is a digitization of the actual megawatts of energy that we save in the physical world. So the physical world, we do have the ESCOs, which is the engineering and construction company, which will go to the shop or to the shopping mall, depending on the size of the project. And we'll be basically doing a physical construction, physical restructuring of the project, and that is going to yield for contributors megawatts of energy that will go onto your Efforce wallet, and from the Efforce wallet you'll be able to use it within the ecosystem, so you can use it actually as a utility, pure utility. You'll be able to offset your bills or use it within the marketplace. There is going to be different functions for the WOZX token. Or you can also sell it back to the Efforce marketplace, and you can get any currency that you want in return. But so it is an internal credit system that it's pure utility because it's backed by the purest form of utility in the world, which is energy. So if that is clear, if it's not clear, let me know. I will try to make sure that I get through questions. Saluti dalla Turchia. That's good. We also get people from Turkey. Thank you, Mehmet Kanat, for saying hi in Italian, which is something that makes us proud and makes us very happy. Our community is just incredible. We had such a ride from December 3rd when we listed token, and until now we've just been exposed to every possible media in terms of jurisdiction, languages, and it's been very, very interesting. It's such a fun journey. Like it's just a fun journey and fun experience. And as a 29 years old, I would have never expected something so big to start so fast and exploded. It exploded just literally in our hands. So one of the other things that we also wanted to talk about is the general roadmap. We talked about the roadmap, and if there are things in the roadmap that you don't understand, that we can talk about it. But generally, we start with the centralized model of Efforce. With the version 1, it's going to be a pool of projects, so it's not going to be each project like each contributor free to select the projects, right? So that is version 1, pool of projects, and version 2 is going to be free selection, if we can call it. So people and contributor will be able to go to the platform and see the different projects. It could be manufacturer of this or manufacturer of that, and you can build and you can make your own portfolio of contributions. And then from there, we will move towards a later stage, towards also a decentralized version of the platform. So we're gonna have a decentralized version of the platform, because the people will be able in a very similar fashion to what they do on a Uniswap type of experience, in which you can list your token freely and without centralized authority of any sort. We will also give that opportunity, but the centralized version of Efforce is very important, because not for any particular reason, but because we have an ESCO license. As a company, we have an ESCO license. The mother company has an ESCO license. So it's been in this space for 10 years, and we know how to do the auditing, all the energy audits and all the performance audits, so that we can also make sure that people are protected. So if you contribute to a project, it's not going to be a project that then defaults after after a year, right? You need to have accountability, and you need to make sure that who needs to pay back, it will pay back. So that's something that it's very, very important. So the centralized version is there to protect, and it's there to make sure that the project develops towards a system and a model that it's going to scale with adoption, right? I hope you're following. In the meantime, just let me look at that. I want to invest in your stocks. Don't invest in our stocks because we don't have stocks. This is Guy Cohen. No, we're not trading stocks. We're trading utility tokens. Purest form of utility. We have a utility token. Just making sure that we have that. So hi from Brazil. Hi Gabriel. I don't speak unfortunately Portuguese. I'm really sorry for that. Hello from Russia. Hello to all our friends from Korea, Russia, Italy, everywhere. I wish I could speak all the languages. Unfortunately, I don't. I will work on that to make sure that we can communicate properly with everyone. I'm hoping that you're following in the meantime. So please subscribe to the channels. Go to our official Telegram. Official Telegram it's also something that I wanted to touch upon because it's very important to note. Our Telegram is Efforce_ICO. Why is that? Okay, because that is a problem. We have not done an ICO. We have not raised an ICO. We have not, done any public sale before the listing. What we have done is an iteration of the project. So the project officially started in around end of 2018. And we iterated the project. So we had a transformation of the token model, of the strategy, the go-to-market strategy. It's not something that you launch all at once. When you want to change and transform an entire industry for $250 billion, right? You cannot just do it overnight and you just expect this thing to work. So there has been a lot of iterations. We realized that the ICO wasn't the right model to launch with, and we decided to stop that. So what we did, we aligned strategic investors that could be vested over time with us, and we placed 45% of our token base in a private sale. Some people ask us about, why is 1.2 million token vesting every day? All of the token dynamics, and those things are all explainable. What we can say is we have investors that we chose, the investors that are going to be with us as long as possible. Actually, if you look at all the coin trackers like CoinGecko, for example, not making any sort of advertising. I don't want you to go to CoinGecko. I just, if you do, just try and look at our token on CoinGecko. You will see that the circulating supply is to date, I think, is around 44 million tokens, and 44 million tokens with we've been out for about 48 days. So it should be closer to 60 million tokens. So the way that these trackers work is they look at the biggest wallets, and if the biggest wallets are moving the tokens, they consider it as a circulating supply. So the fact that it's tracking 44 million while it should be around 60 million just from the investor side, we're not taking into account Teams token, ecosystem tokens. That's a massive thing, because that means that the people that bought the tokens, they're not just dumping it now because they have an opportunity, they're dumping it. No, they're not doing it. So I'm not excluding that they could do it, but it's something that what we try to minimize. Actually, it's exactly that. It's a pump and dump scheme of some sort. So it would be also counterproductive also for us, because as I said, we're vested for 20 years. So I'm 29, until I'll be almost 50 years old, I will be vesting my tokens. Okay, just so that everyone is clear on that point. So I'm seeing some cool comments. Let's get Greta on board. Greta, if you're watching, you'll be welcome. That's also something that that we could definitely talk about. So yeah, feedback. Let me just scroll through some. Hi from Switzerland. How can I buy the token? You can buy the token through public exchanges right now. So if you want to buy the tokens, probably the biggest and the most liquid exchange that you can find the token on is Bithumb Korea. So Bithumb Korea, it's bithumb.com. But then we have also HBTC, we have Gate.io, we have other exchanges where you can find the tokens available right now. So there is enough bandwidth and there is enough liquidity to purchase the tokens from public exchanges. There is no question that energy efficiency market is huge. ESCO. Okay, so I'm reading Al-Wathaiwi fee. Sorry again if I misspell your names or your your handles. ESCO business has been growing since the 70s. Yeah, this is absolutely true and absolutely factual, because the ESCOs have started exactly with the energy crisis in the 70s. So that was a model that was kind of created after that. So it's not something that we're creating, we're just reinventing the way that people can participate into this model. And ESCOs, by the way, they're not our enemy. We will be a true ecosystem, because we will bring together ESCOs, we will bring together the participants, so the contributors, and the projects. The projects are, companies everywhere in the world, as we were saying before, that will get global access to new types of financing. And then the ESCOs are the factual engineers, the people that do the actual engineering and construction work for a certain project, and they are also the proposer of the project. The people that will list the token, not the token, sorry, too many listing tokens, listing when, okay, sorry, that's the beauty of a live. So the ESCOs will be listing projects will be proposing the projects to list on the platform. And then the contributors are the most important part, because ourselves, even as a company, we put our money where our mouth is. So ourselves, we will be using our own proceeds and in order to contribute as well into the various projects. So Efforce itself will be investing and contributing into energy efficiency projects everywhere. So that's something that we want to tell. So we will always be alongside with our own community. It's not like, okay, we put something out there and then we don't care about it. We live everything that we actually saying. So that's very important. Hi from Belgium. Igert. Hello from the US. Unfortunately, you're from the USA. Uncle Frank, no worries, no fear. I think we're gonna rescue USA at some point. So that's something that I just want to make sure that I say. Hi from Brazil. Greetings. As soon as I understand, blah blah blah. Okay. Yes. So this is a good question. Actually, yes, you would have to have USDT and WOZX in order to contribute, because the actual contribution that goes to the ESCO is in a stable coin. It has to be in a stable coin, otherwise there will be fluctuation linked to the market, which might end up diluting the pool of capital that it's dedicated for a certain project. So if I know that the motorbike manufacturer of some sort needs $1 million for a project, that $1 million needs to always be there, right? So we need to have that contribution in a stable format. The WOZX is just a key. It's you stake it for a period of time for the duration of the project. Depending on the type of project, could be 15 months, or it could be 3 years, 5 years. It depends on the type of project, how complex, how large, and all of those things. So tokens will go in and out of circulation, very in a quite important and meaningful way. So I think let me see. I've been blabbing for 40 minutes, so I will try to take it slow. All hail to Greta. Yeah. Tier 1 exchange. Q2 or Q1, Tier 1 exchange, Q1, so we can say that. In terms of some of the news that we want to start disclosing, we have we as a company, we are also doing more and more in terms of participation to events. These events are functional also towards the evangelization and the growth of what is WOZX and what is Efforce and the ecosystem and energy efficiency and all of those things that we were discussing before. Our first event that we will be attending, and unfortunately it's not going to be open to all the public, but it is a very important event that we want to also discuss. It's on the 29th. We'll be participating to an event that is sponsored by the United Nations. So that's a very big honor for us to be part of that. And on February 5th, this might be a spoiler alert, but I think I have the go ahead to say it. But we will be I will be personally speaking as a head of public relations. I will be speaking at Binance Blockchain Week. So we have on February 5th. Stay tuned in. We are going to have the release very soon, and we will talk about it. But I will be talking about the importance of energy efficiency and innovation in the energy efficiency through blockchain at the Binance Blockchain Week. So be sure that you follow all our channels to not miss any of that. Let me see. Correct PDF. You said doing this for 11 years. So can you tell us what steps you guys did for 11 years so we can know? Okay, sure. Shai, this is a good question. So how did the mother company evolve over 11 years? That's a good question, and I will be voicing what Jacopo Visetti would say. Jacopo is after graduating Harvard, he came back to Italy to start Ether CO2, which is the mother company of Efforce. And what is that Jacopo was envisioning is a company that would go together with his co-founders. By the way, he's co-founded the company with 3 other people. And what Jacopo was envisioning was a company that would go all in into what the ESG market was transforming to be, right? So that's very early on. He's like an OG of energy efficiency, energy and carbon and decarbonization. So the company, it's a regulated financial institution today. So it's a company that makes about $240 million in annual revenue, and it started from 4 guys in a kitchen in Milan, which is something that it's great. It's unheard of in Italy. So I really hope that people would just start to understand that we're not here to just make a quick buck, because we truly believe and we walk the walk as well as we talk the talk, right? So this is not something that will just fade over time. We're in it because we want to do it for the long term. And the company went from 4 guys in a kitchen to trading carbon credits as one of the largest desks in the world for carbon credits. and now it's launched the new division of its energy efficiency side as a spin-off company, which is Efforce effectively, and we co-founded it to bring accessibility to this market to as many people as possible, because this is the only way that we will get mass adoption and we will get enough people to contribute so that we can have a meaningful impact on the efficiency, the world efficient scenario, right? So we want to achieve a decent cut of the emissions, because we want the world to become a more efficient place, because that's going to also affect the way that our grandkids will live, and this is a serious problem. We're building with sustainability in mind, because we want to also think about future generations, which is not here to just fluff it, but it's actually true, and this is what we're doing. One last thing that I would like to announce. This is, and then I know that I'm just talking and blabbing. I'm in the loss of my investment. I'm sorry if we get a lot of. I'll get back to the announcement, but I was reading the question. You're in the loss of your investment. I'm really sorry for that. That's I'm in a loss too, because I will be here for a long time, right? So if this token goes to zero, that's also a loss for us, right? Because we said 20 years, it's a huge risk for us. But we believe in the long term, right? So we're not here because after 48 days we expect this token to go to the moon, right? Like we are here because this is a first step. It's a first tangible step towards the creation of this ecosystem. And 40 days. Bitcoin took 11 years to get to where to where it is, 12 years to get to where it is, right? So it's not, networks are not formed overnight. They're not formed in a month. Even if you have the biggest name on the planet in technology and you have the craziest co-founder in the world, this is not going to make a difference in terms of how you actually build a network, because networks are, and it's kind of my passion, that's kind of my passion, a discrete network of people. The way that something will diffuse over time on a network needs to have incentives. You need to have people that drive it. It needs to have ambassadors. And talking about exactly these ambassadors, what we want to do now is we want to announce something that will start to kick in a little bit of the social activity that we've been that many people have been demanding. Okay, and I think our main battleground is going to be Twitter. So on Twitter, we want to launch now what's going to be our first bounty program. So we're going to have a bounty program, and all the details are going to be communicated soon after this, and we want people to really start engaging with us. We will have, if I can already give you a little bit of a spoiler, we will reward content creation, retweets, reposts, and also the art and designs and creative creation. So we will put some tokens in amount of 100,000 tokens that will be put as rewards for this type of activities, and Twitter will be the main battleground. So we will run this bounty from today, from the 20th of February until the 5th of February. The 20th of January to the 5th of February. And then the rewards will be distributed in the week between the 11th of Feb and 18th of February. So stay tuned and subscribe, follow us, start tweeting about us, talk about us, because if you do that allows us to go out and deliver the message and explain to everyone what we are doing. And so I hope that this first community gathering was exciting for you. We're gonna be here every 20th day of the month all together, and I hope this number goes up. many, many folds. And if you have questions, if you want to reach out to us, you have all the different avenues. You can reach out to me, to the admins, to the other founders. We're available through Telegram. We are available on Twitter. You can tweet about us. You can talk to us. You please feel free to mention, and we will be here for you. And anything that there's read the second line what I said. 1 second. Oh, okay. So Werner was saying that he's sorry, I only read part of that, that he's in the loss with his project, but he wants to buy more now. Thank you for that. I don't want to, I'm not here to pump it to the moon or to, dump it and FUD, like I'm here for the qualitative actual data about what we're doing and why this is a long-term play, that no one should really care about the daily fluctuations. I mean, they hurt, right? If you look at the if you look at the daily fluctuation and you see something going down, of course it's going to hurt. But if you understand the long-term play of this thing, it's completely transformational. It's going to change the way that we do so many things that, this is just the beginning. And so we hope to have you here and to have you on all our channels. Just follow us, tweet about us, and we will be happy to see you in the future and welcome on board. And may the Efforce be with you. That sounded great, but that sounded really bad. But yeah, that's the message. Thank you for joining. Bye.
To me, I've been an engineer my whole life. And the most important thing in all of my own engineering and my own designs was efficiency, how to use less and get more out. So this company attracted me. I get involved with very, very few companies in my life, but I'm approached continually. And I joined this company for the right reasons. That first of all, they're into efficiency. They're providing efficient techniques for ongoing businesses. If we can get done what we do and use less energy, it's good for the environment. So when I encountered Efforce and the idea and what they were already doing, it came close to my heart, and that's why I was willing to join them.